Hey, my wonderful Cancers. Welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. I want to welcome you. My name is Kamoy. Just a little bit about myself and what I'm going to be doing here on this channel, okay? I am a Reiki 2 certified energy healer, and I am also going to be getting my master's in the next couple of months. And if you've watched any of my past videos, that's only because it's a lot of purging that you have to go through emotionally as you are taking these classes. So I just find it best to take them with breaks in between, okay? And the reason why I've started this YouTube channel is really dedicated to anyone that's on a spiritual path, okay, for spiritual understanding, for any empaths out there, for any light workers out there, for anyone on their ascension journey that's really trying to master themselves and understand exactly what role they play as far as the collective energy is concerned, and what role they play as far as mastery of self is concerned, okay? You are responsible for not just what you put out, but what you receive back, okay? Now, the way that I do my readings is a little different than some of the other readers on YouTube, and some of them are amazing, by the way. I have subscriptions to a lot of different channels, so some of them are really amazing. I deal mainly with your chakra system, so I do a 2-card chakra pull, okay, from my chakra deck, and then I go ahead and I use a different deck of cards depending on how I'm led by spirit and my guides, to clarify the chakra cards, okay? So I remember, if I'm not mistaken, last week, and I'm just check because I do keep notes of your energy. Last week's energy, kind of feel like you guys have sacral and third eye energy, so you were supposed to be living in a place more of gratitude, which is third eye energy, as well as completion, which is your sacral chakra, which is all about your emotions, okay? Your emotional state. This week, however, you have solar plexus energy, which is joy, and solar plexus is what's on your mind, okay? That's how this card reads. It's what's in your mind. Whenever you see yellow cards, they represent your solar plexus, and it also represents what's on your mind, okay? So joy is on your mind. And I did hear for my wonderful Cancers, because I am doing Cancers for the week of March 18th to March 24th, okay? So we're focusing on what chakras you guys may need to be aware of this week. So you got solar plexus energy, which is joy, okay, and you have throat chakra energy, which is quest. Now, I did hear for you guys as I was in meditation before doing your reading, like this is definitely a season of letting go, okay? This is definitely a season of emotional purging for a lot of you wonderful Cancers. And it's a season of emotional healing. Now, just so you know, emotional healing is available to everybody in this season, okay? But I say that more so for my wonderful Cancers because you guys, your energy pattern is I feel, okay? So it's really important for you guys to do all of the healing work emotionally that's required and necessary, all right? So when joy shows up, joy really puts you back in a space of gratitude, and I'm not mistaken, like last week, I believe you guys had the gratitude card. You definitely check out last week's video to kind of recap if you missed that. Okay, so you have joy, which is solar plexus energy coming in, and this is what's on your mind this week. When this card shows up, this card puts you back in a place of gratitude also, okay, guys? So you still have to go back to a place where you're being grateful for the things, even the painful lessons that you may have to learn. So joy is going to be your key word this week. How are you finding your joy? Are you dependent on other people to make you happy, or are you dependent on other people to fulfill you, okay? Pay attention to that energy today, this week, as you transit through this energy. One of the things that I feel like I need to mention to my wonderful Cancers is that Chiron is currently positioned in Aries, okay? And it's going to be there for a couple of years, okay? Now, Chiron is known as the wounded healer, okay? And the fact that Chiron is now positioned itself in Aries, which is all about I am, okay? Aries rules the first house, and it's actually the beginning of the zodiac year, okay? And we're about to shift into Aries season on the 21st of this month, which is maybe Thursday of this week, okay? So we're shifting into that Aries energy towards the end of the week, and Chiron is now in Aries for a couple of years. Chiron is known as a wounded warrior, Okay, so it comes in really to heal. So that's a lot of healing energy. Okay, and because it's in the first house, which has to do with your personality, your personal fears, your personal relationships, your personal insecurities, those are things that's going to be highlighted just energetically as a whole. Okay, for everyone collectively, that's what you're going to be feeling. The reason why I'm pointing that out is because you guys, because you're Cancer, you can benefit from this healing energy greatly in your emotional body, okay? So you can benefit from this healing energy greatly in your lower chakras. So you're talking about your root chakra, your solar plexus, as well as your sacral chakra, okay? Those are all things that you will need to get into balance, all right, to manifest at a greater level, because those lower chakras, they rule this third dimensional realm, which is, like I said, your bills, your worries, your insecurities, your fears, anxiety, okay, anything that has to do with the physical realm, your sexuality is ruled by your 3 lower chakras, all right? So it is important for you to master those chakras. It's really important for you to master all your chakras. I'm going to grab that because that fell. Yep. I was definitely hearing letting go for you guys, and in your first card placement for clarification, you have going with the flow. That's the, yeah. You definitely you're going to have to allow your emotions to just flow. This is not the time to bottle them up, Cancer. So if you need to cry, my lovelies, cry, okay? And that's where we at this week, okay? Now, your joy is really in the forefront for you guys, because I feel like you guys have been going through a season where a lot of you are coming into a place where you don't want to live in the past anymore. Okay, you're tired of feeling like you're alone in this walk, and this happens for you guys because, like I said, your pattern for your sign is how I feel, and that's all based on your emotions. Now, why is that? I don't want to say good or bad. Why is that important for Cancers? That is important for you, Cancers, to understand, because that is how we manifest in this third dimensional realm. We manifest through our feelings, okay? I have a saying that I call the Holy Trinity of manifestation, which is what you feel is what you manifest, and then what you speak, brings it into existence, as well as what you imagine with your third eye also vibrates into manifestation. So what you feel, okay, what you think and what you speak. However, with that being said, if all 3 of these are not in alignment, okay, so if you're not thinking and speaking from the heart chakra is still going to generate the manifestation that is being pulled. So you can say forever that I'm joyful, or I'm happy, right? I'm joyful or I'm happy, but if you're just speaking it, but you don't feel joyful or you don't feel happy, that's going to manifest experiences for you not to feel joy, okay? So you first have to get the feeling, all right? Now, you ever heard that saying, how it goes, fake it till you can make it? That's what you're going to have to do if you find it difficult for you to step into a more higher vibrational place of positivity, okay? So how do you get the feeling, right? How do you deal with the chakra where you need to get the feeling of joy, right? Meditation. So I don't care if it's 2 minutes before you get out of your bed in the morning, Cancer. You definitely need to get to a place where you're meditating on all of the gratitude, all of the good things, anything that brings you joy, anything that brings you peace for the first 2 minutes. So you set your intention for the day. That's what you want to do before you get out the bed. You set your intention, which is your solar plexus, right? That's the energy you're working with this week. You set that intention that you're going to have a joyful day. And really what you do is just lie in your bed for 2 minutes, and close your eyes and just really just set your intention and feel the joy, okay? There's a feeling of joy. If you cannot just summon the feeling of joy, you go to a memory that you may have feel most joyful for, okay? And that is how you can recapture that feeling. Even if you have to take your mind's eye, your third eye, back to a memory of something joyful, so you can impregnate your heart chakra with that joy. That is what you want to do at least 2 to 5 minutes before you get out your bed in the morning, before you even step foot on the ground. And you definitely want to do that also 2 to 5 minutes before you go to sleep. You do not want to go to sleep with the negative thought patterns running around in your head, my wonderful Cancers, because like I said, you guys are all about what you feel. And if you were feeling angry before you go to bed and you go to sleep with that vibration of anger, when you wake up in the morning, you have now sent out out vibrations for the universe to send more anger back your way. So you definitely want to reframe or reprogram your day before you go to bed. So once again, okay, this only takes 2 to 5 minutes. And if you can't think of something to be joyful for, my wonderful Cancers, you want to go back to an experience that brought you joy, okay? Now, you also have throat chakra energy popping up, which is the quest, okay? The quest is all about the journey. All right, it's all about the journey. So this is really all about you going within to find your true self, okay? Now, how do you do that? Pay attention to your emotions, because that's where your journey is going to take you. Your journey is going to take you on that emotional ride. So you want to pay attention to when you're feeling angry, when you're feeling jealous, when you're feeling frustration. Pay attention to what is triggering those emotions, okay? Because once you can figure out what is triggering that emotion, then you can get to the source of exactly what needs to be healed, okay? And this is all about the quest. So this is throat chakra energy, okay? Now, this also means that you may have to come forth and speak your truth, okay? As you walk through this quest, it's okay to speak your truth. Just speak your truth in love, okay? So this throat chakra energy has to do with how you're expressing yourself, okay? Are you expressing yourself too emotionally, right? Where you don't have a grasp on your emotional body. And I'm talking about some people that, your man done took too long to come home, or you don't like what he had to say. Y'all had an argument. He may have cheated, and you decide that you want to either burn his clothes or bleach his clothes. What does that get you? That doesn't get you anywhere. So that is the type of stuff that you would do when you don't have your emotions in control, okay? When you do have your emotions in control, you don't react, you act, and that's the difference, okay? When you have your emotions in control, once again, you do not react, you take action, okay? Super important. It's all about you getting your emotions in control and finding that place of joy within. Please understand that joy is a state of mind, and you can switch it on at any time. And you do that by going within once again, okay? And going within and feeling the feeling. And if you have a difficult time with that, once again, find something that brought you the most joy in your life, and that's what you meditate on, that feeling, that joyful feeling. Bring that memory back into your being and meditate on it so that joy, so you can fill yourself with that joy, okay? In your first placement, okay, what you need to pay attention to this week is going with your flow. And this is a water card, okay? So you have to go with the flow, which means go with your emotions. If you need to cry, cry, okay? All right, that's what you need to do this week. If you need to let some tears out, let it out, okay? If you need to find quiet time, you find the quiet time. If you need not to take phone calls after a certain time this week because you need to get into your me space, do that, okay? You do not want to be in a place where you're not accepting things, okay? So this quest right here, this third, this throat chakra energy is about how you're expressing yourself, right? So make sure you're expressing yourself by going with the flow. If things change mid-sentence through the week or midway through the week, okay? First of all, because we're water signs, okay? And this is going to be a little bit more easier for you Cancers, because you're not a fixed sign like me. I'm a Scorpio, okay? So I don't really like change too much. Once I have my plans and I have my goals situated, don't fucking come changing shit. That annoys me, and that's something that I know within my being, that my energetic pattern kind of fits in. So I have to allow myself to be spontaneous. I have to allow myself to allow change to come in, okay? So a lot of my cues lately have been the number 5, which is all about change, okay? Which just reminds me, as a Scorpio, that I need to be more flexible, okay? Because I can be very fixed in my ways and very stubborn at how I want things to unfold, okay? So first card placement is you just being able to go with the flow, like, fuck it, okay? Oh, you don't want to hang out tonight? All right, no problem. You want to do it next week? Oh, okay, no problem. All right, so just go with the flow this week, okay? In your second card placement, you have flowering. Okay, now this is what's going on internally that you may not know. Okay, so this is where this joy is coming in. Okay, so you have a place within yourself. If you go to that inner reservoir, all right, there are things that's blossoming for you emotionally, mentally, physically, and spiritually. Okay, like I said, Chiron is in Aries. This is all about your I amness. So anything to do with the way you see yourself personally, understand that if you're doing the work, things are going to blossom, okay? Now, We all have free will. You can choose not to do the work, okay? I'm not going to get on here and do videos where I'm not calling people to maturity. I'm not going to do that because that doesn't serve you any, okay? The way that your life unfolds the way you want it to is by you taking responsibility of your life, point blank. You can't give anybody else that responsibility, okay? So understand that you are going through a process where things are blooming, things are flowering internally as you do the work, okay? So we're talking about this wounded warrior energy that I talked about from Chiron. This has to do with how you are viewing yourself. This gives you an opportunity to heal your personal insecurities, to heal your personal wounds, to heal the personal perception and how you see yourself, okay? What's going on right now in your third card placement, which is what you are aware of that's going on right now. Right now, some of you are feeling like the outsider. I'm going to clarify that, okay? What is it with people and the burdens, like especially the water signs, right? Okay, so you're feeling like the outsider. There's definitely some burden, some conflict, maybe even some betrayal going on, okay? That may be surfacing, okay? That's trying to steal your joy. And this could probably be where the solar plexus energy is popping up also. For those of you that are not in a joyful place, okay, and you're feeling anxious, okay, that's linked to you feeling like you're an outsider or someone making you feel like an outsider, okay, in a relationship. And you're carrying burdens of conflict, betrayal. It's kind of like, and what I'm hearing from spirit really is that's because you haven't really come into a place of awareness of who you truly are. Okay? Because you have the major kind of card, awareness pops up. Okay? Now, whenever awareness pops up, awareness is like the Chariot. Okay? And the Chariot, if I'm not mistaken, is linked to Cancer. Now, let me think for a second. Yeah. Yep. Awareness is definitely linked to Cancer, okay? This is a major kind of card, and you can say that this is like the Chariot, okay? So this is definitely Cancer. This is all about traditions. This is self-mastery, okay? So you feel like an outsider, and you're holding on to conflict, and you're holding on to burdens, right? Really. And this seems to be past shit too, guys, okay? Whatever you're holding on to is past shit. And the reason why all of that is going on is because you are... Either you're not doing the work where you're stepping out of your shadow self and coming into the light, okay, which is where awareness and self-mastery lies, but self-mastery is required. You're going to have to be able to self-master your emotions. That is your energetic pattern. What I like to say when I do these readings, guys, is that you are not to get stuck in these energy patterns. You are to learn to master them, okay? So you can overcome. All of these patterns are there to teach and help you. You're not supposed to get stuck in them. You're supposed to overcome and master these patterns, okay? You also have another major kind of card, aloneness. And this is like the Hermit, okay? And the Hermit represents Virgo, and it can be really analytical, right? And this has to do with you learning really how to serve, right? And because we're still in a little bit of that Piscean energy, Pisces is all about serve or suffer, right? Who are you serving? Are you serving your lower vibrational self? Okay, your lower chakras, anxiety, fear, worry, right? Trying to be like, not accepting yourself for who you are, right? Or you coming into awareness where you know who you are, and it really doesn't matter how others define you, but you know your truth, okay? Now, with all of that being said, you have two major kind of cards in this deck, okay? You also have breakthrough, my lovelies, okay? Oh, sorry. Now, when you see breakthrough pop up, this is all about justice, okay? So this is thing about coming in and justice taking place, and this is all about like that Libra energy, balance, okay? You have balance coming in, right? This also means that you will be rewarded if you do the work, okay? So you're going to have to do the spiritual work. There's no way around that, okay? You're going to have to get into a place of meditation. And this is just overall where we all are. Any of us that is being called to a higher level at this point, meditation is key. And I would like to say meditation... you don't always have to sit in stillness and meditate. What you do need to do is still your mind. So you can meditate while you're cleaning. Put on some meditative music, okay? You can meditate while you're taking a bath, okay? Just find some way for you to be able to get in your meditation time. Look, I told you 2 minutes, 2 to 5 minutes before you get out your bed, okay? 2 to 5 minutes before you go to bed is going to be extremely important. You are to set the tone of your day before you get out of bed, my wonderful Cancers, and you're also supposed to reframe the end of the day before you go to sleep. So if something did not work or something did not bring you joy before you go to bed, just go into your imagination, your third eye, and replay that situation in your mind and see it happen and unfolding in that joyful manner in which you wanted it to unfold. And as you begin to do that every day, what you're going to start to see is that you're now vibrating at a higher level. You're bringing balance to your solar plexus, and things are going to start to unfold where joy is really coming through, okay? Now, breakthrough is in your 5th card placement, and I love the number 5 because it's all about change, okay? So breakthrough and balance is coming in, but this is contingent on you doing the work, all right? Okay, my wonderful Cancers, I hope that was helpful this week. I will see you guys next week in your reading. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share this video if this was helpful, okay? And you can find me on YouTube at the number 4 and your inner voice. And once again, I'm not going to sit here and give you guys tools that you can't use. That's just not what I'm called from. That is not my purpose. So if you're watching these videos are all about self-mastery, okay? Not just your zodiac sign, but self-mastery of self. All right, guys? I hope you enjoy your week. Make sure you do something kind for yourself. Make sure you get your meditation in and drink plenty of water. And I will see you guys in next week's readings, okay? Make sure you like, you share, and you subscribe. Thank you, guys.